What's up, friends? Welcome. We're playing some Standard. We're looking at some of the deeper cuts from the RC. Now, of course, the Regional Championship in Minneapolis was last weekend. If you missed it, I did commentary, which was a lot of fun. And, of course, it was a 1,400 person tournament. You know, huge prize money, 32 Pro Tour invites. A lot of the shine and luster goes to the players who made top 8, but there were a lot of really cool decks from players who had good runs, but they were a win or two short. So, unfortunately, MTGA Melee does not give us the player's name. It gives us their username, the Duck Butt. Came in 39th place here with a really awesome looking Mardu Pixie deck. And we saw this deck on coverage, and it won in about 7 minutes. Pretty insane. Looked really good on coverage, of course. Fell a little short on day 2, but this is a really interesting deck where this is a Pixie deck, so we're used to a lot of these cards, right? Nurturing Pixie, Hopeless Nightmare, Nowhere to Run, etc., etc. However, most Pixie decks have slanted away from being aggressive lately. Esper Pixie's kind of fallen off, and a lot of the Esper Pixie decks weren't really playing Optimistic Scavenger or Spiteful Hexmage anymore anyway. They were playing more mid-rangey, a little more control-y. This is the... and then there's also the Orzhov Pixie decks, which are lockdown decks, super slow. This is the exact opposite. This is a extremely fast version of Pixie, full on of scavengers, full on of hex mages. Kieran can bounce the curse and draw a card, which is awesome. And then splashing red for, of course, Corey Steelcutter, which is a phenomenal card. And this deck, while it's not playing cantrips to get double spells, it can bounce things instead. And for FOMO, which it's a little hard to get delirium in this deck, but this is just a cheap creature. It's an enchantment for scavenger. It can filter the cards you don't want, and that's awesome. Main deck Loran, I love it. Great card to have. Main deck in a Steelcutter world. And then Overlord of the Bale Merc's also awesome in this deck as well. So, really innovative, cool take on the deck. Sideboard some Braids and some Forges. Nice, some red, good pickups there. And deck looks awesome. So, we're going to give it a spin and see how it goes. Brought to you by Ultimate Guard. My fantastic sponsor, Ultimate Guard, obviously makes the best gear out there, right? So, whether it's a deck box, whether it's katana sleeves, whether it's the larger Hive boxes, all great stuff. But they're also a great company, too. They do phenomenal events. They do coverage for the RCs in Europe. They always have booths at Magic Cons. When you have the combination of a great company that is just awesome, doing great things for the community, as well as phenomenal products, you got a no-brainer, folks. Check them out, ultimateguard.com. Wherever fine Ultimate Guard products are sold near you. Love those 2-color deck boxes. They're really, really cool. Got mine in Rangers colors, which I like a lot. So, check them out. Chat. Coming out with me. On the play. Not so good. 5 landers. Pretty hard to keep a 5-lander in this deck at all. And this hand's not great, so we're going to mulligan this one. What's up, Krusty? Chance I'll be commentating for the PT, if they call me, Power sub also. All right. I mean, we're not going to 5 here. This kind of sucks, honestly, but Pixie, Nightmare, Hexmage, Nowhere to Run, Overlord. We draw 1 land. Our hand's pretty great, actually, so we're going to keep this. Go dump the Loran. Not ideal. And we can lead on Hexmage. I don't want to Pixie a roll, though. I want to get value off of it. That being said, yeah, we still Hexmage, I guess. Sure. All right, so get a curse and say go. Cursed roll on the Hexmage. Love the design of this card. Really, really fun. It's obviously a drawback on a 1-mana 3/2, but you can turn it into an upside, which is like the funnest thing in Magic. So, man, folks, here's the name. My name is Jim. I'm a pro Magic player and commentator and full-time content creator. And of course, if it's your first time, hit the follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, and you like what I do here, hit the buttons, like, comment, subscribe, support the content. And as always, I appreciate your support. So, we could Pixie here and bounce the Cursed roll. Attack for 3. We can do better than that, though, I think. We want to get a little more value out of our bounces. So, we're just going to Nightmare, attack for 1. Discard a card, attack for 1. So there you go. Obviously, we don't draw a land, probably by next turn we're going to lose, but I think better chance of that than going to 5. So, opponent's playing Control, most likely. Jeskai Control won the whole tournament in Regional Championship, and we just played that deck on stream before this. So, look for a video on YouTube. Missed it. And we're probably cooked here. Didn't draw land, so yeah, I mean, we're gonna attack and probably just play Pixie here. And yeah, we're not in the best of shape. We're gonna see a Helix. Oh, it's Lazy Helix! Oh my god! Not ideal. So we'll bounce a Nightmare, get a 2/2 in play, and just say go. Ideally, we draw a land. We go Hexmage, Nightmare. Try and figure it out from there. Not a great start, but it happens, you know. I think that's important to note that, like, you know, for folks who complain about the mana system, the reason why it was an interesting choice to keep or mulligan his hand was based on the unlikely probability of this happening, you know. Without that risk of danger, of ruin, of getting unlucky, you know, you lose a lot of attention to the really interesting decisions. So, all right. I mean, we're, like, pretty cooked here. We'll just play Hex Mage and say go. Curse up, say go. Could have cursed under the Pixie if it was still there, but it died, unfortunately, so. And we're probably going to Sanity Scoop next turn. We don't draw land. Here's land 4 for them. And we don't draw land. All right, we're just going to go next game. That's fine. So, unlikely to miss land for 4 or 5 turns there, but is what it is. I think the keep is right. I'm pretty happy with it. So, we're going to bring in Invasion of Gobekhan. We're going to bring in Urbrask's Forge, our anti-control measures. We're going to cut these nowhere to runs, which are not very good. I think Breaker is still fine against them. Loran is good against Temporary Lockdown, which is actually pretty good against us. Yeah, where Lockdown isn't always good against these bounce decks. Pretty good here. Yeah, I think the Loran can stay in. I don't really want Get Lost. Breaker, Nightmare. Yeah, it's fun. I think I'll please with all this. On the play. Hand is great. We have a 1-drop. A little awkward on the 1-drop, but still good. Play Magic, folks. People want to fix the mana system. You know, a lot of new games remove it, make it so you can like play cards face down or whatever. But it's that tension, that risk of ruin that makes the game exciting, you know? And also the fact that like you could just beat Reed Duke in a match of Magic if things just don't really go his way, you know, kind of thing. So, ain't chess, folks. Go play chess if you want. It's pretty boring because you're just going to lose a lot. Draw Pixie. We can like FOMO here and discard a land to keep our beats on. Or we can just start our Nightmare Train right now. I kind of like that, actually. Let's attack for 1. Just play Nightmare, play Pixie. Chess is cool, don't get me wrong, but like, you know, as far as like, you know, if you want to like really improve a chess and stuff, sure, but like, it is extremely difficult and extremely punishing. They discard a Temporary Lockdown, interesting. So, we're going to Pixie. The uncertainty of Magic is what makes it so appealing. Here's an Overlord of the Bailmark. That's pretty good, actually. It's a card that plays around Lockdown pretty well. So we're going to go Nightmare and just Overlord, I think. That's also totally fine. Sure. Got a card anyway, right? You know, like, so. Overlord, Mill 4, looking for any creature. We hit a creature. It's close. We had a Cutter and another Overlord, both not valid targets. No skill expression in beating Reed because he draws the wrong half of his deck. Yeah, but there's like so much gray in between that, you know, where like... Alright, so... We're going to jam. We're probably just going to play FOMO, discard a land. How deep do you want to get in here is a pretty interesting question. We could also like Breaker them to make them discard a card, but I think I want to hold it for their first dragon. Yeah. Alright, so discard a land. We actually have Delirium, which is sick too. Getting Delirium is like is not trivial. We draw a Loran. So now we need to be aware of Day of Judgment, where if I knew they had 0 Day of Judgment in their deck, I would slam Hexmage here. But I'm going to hold. Yeah, we're going to hold. So there you go. And Step Helix. All right, cool. So seems like they are sure. All right. They miss a land drop though. That's pretty cool. So now we just scavenge. Scavenge is a great draw. So now we get Scavenger Hexmage. Scavenger acts maze, you can curse the Scavenger. So no change there. We get an Eerie trigger, and we get to put this on... And most of our damage deals 3 damage. Let's spread it out, I guess. And say go. Smashing Preston's reset, thanks so much. Stock it up. 14 life. I think we would like to draw Urabrask's Forge. That is the card that I would like next turn. That stock up means they are probably doing something. They missed a land drop too, so they have all gas in their hand. We draw a Steel Cutter, unfortunately, which is a little awkward given the current texture of this game, but it's fine. We're going to play it. We have Loran for a lockdown, so... The way to reduce the number of non-games is to build your deck right and mulligan correctly, you know? Alright, so here's Sheikah. We get Overlord next turn, which is pretty huge. We have Breaker and Loran, which is also huge, so... they're going to lock down. That's fine. I think I want a Breaker first. Let's see. Let's see what we draw. So we can Loran and get all our stuff back. We can't really use it that effectively, though. Yeah, I'm just going to Breaker. Just eat this thing. We're going to play Lance, they go. We draw any 1-drop. We can double spell off the cutter. And now our Overlord's alive, too, so...
Spawn more Overlords.
Stock up again, sure. Also important to note, this is not a an actual lockdown. It's a token copy, so... 2 cards. Gotta deal with the Overlord. If this thing gets to attack, the game is... It's not over, but it's monumental advantage. Draw land. I have no intent of doing anything to this Overlord based on Loran. I guess we get Loran, equip the Steel Cutter to it, and attack. We also get to return like a Pixie or something like that. I'm just going to do that, though, actually. I kind of like that. That's great. So they counter miss, it's totally fine. They reveal Shiko, which is not fine. That's pretty good. They have split up, so they can split up and kill my Overlord. I can just return the Loran. That's kind of cool. So I attack, get back Loran. They play Shiko, cast split up to kill it. And then I free all my stuff. Yeah, that's fair. That was going to 4, so... So yeah, we'll return Loran here. And say go. Alright, so land 7. They have a Shiko and an Unknown. And they're going to pass the turn without casting Shiko. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So, Jeskai Revelation. Yeah, it's 7 mana card. It bounces a spell. We actually draw a Hopeless Nightmare, which is kind of gas. So if I cast Loran, they'll like... What's that to do? It bounces a spell or permanent. Deals 4 to something. Makes 2 monks. Does it gain life, too? That would suck if it gained life. If I attack first, they have to bounce this. Or block it. All right, let's go combat. Overlord's big game here, for sure. Alright, so they are going to return this. Deal 4 to me. Make 2 monks. Draw 2. Gain 4. Sure. So we can... We can Charcast the Overlord, right? Like... The only answer they have to Overlord in the graveyard is Split Up, which would kill their own stuff too. So we should cash Hard Gas Overlord.
Spawn more overlords.
Then we'll return a Pixie, which is nice. I mean, they're at 8. We have Nightmare in hand. Cavern of Souls on Dragon. Folks are already adapting and trying to win the mirror. This was not in the winning Decklist, the Regional Championship. That's why standard's great, folks. You know, the constant adaptation week to week. Nothing like it. Okay. Don't love that. Card's pretty big. So they're at 8. I mean, I can get both cards in their hand, which is pretty gas, right? Or... Oh, I can't. I can't if I want a Loran. And now, like, we're on the back foot a little bit here, too. So... Nightmare, Pixie, Nightmare. And we could just... Impending the Overlord. Get back another Pixie. Sure. That seems fun. So, they got 2 mana up. Let's cast Nightmare. Pretty large dragon. Card's great. Yeah, really, really good. At 4 life they gain, you know? Pretty important. Alright. We'll plot this guy. And return another Pixie. So we are threatening lethal with a Pixie attack and a Bounce of Nightmare. So unless they draw an answer, but Dragon has to stay home. It's been a sweet game. They've hit a lot of their spots and we're still in pretty good shape. I'm never dead. They're dead and it's all face up. What are you doing, opponent? Alright, curse that. And then, whatever. You can win 10 different ways. And bounce Hopeless Nightmare. Could have just equipped the Steel Cutter. Yeah, sick game. All right.
Game.
Opponent.
Blouse.
Maybe a little too aggressive there on the uptick, but sure. Streams of Steel and Oil is... I don't like it. Flanker, Get Lost, Authority. Get Lost being an answer to Lockdown's kind of cool. Just instant speed, like, pop it out. But there's nothing I really want to cut here, so this is fun. All right, game 3. Didn't really play game 1, and we had a pretty sweet hand in game 2. And I would say our hand in this game is also very good. We can keep this. So we're on the draw. I think I want to get Pixie in play before I cast Hexmage, so let's go Nightmare into Pixie Nightmare. Ooh, Urbrass Forge is sweet. Does that make us want to go? I think if I had a 3rd land, I'm more inclined to want to go Bacon 2, Forge on 3, but we don't have a 3rd land. We could just go Hexmage, Invasion, and try and... get Pixie's gone. There's also a ton of value in cursing a Pixie, not a Hexmage. Take the 2. Hopeless Nightmare.
Harnessing the good energy, walk out the bad. Harness, energy, walk, bad.
Well, if I knew that was coming, that might have changed things too, but... Alright. Kiraning the roll is also great. Yeah, we're just gonna Pixie. They counter, we'll cast X Mage. One other Pixie. I should cast another Pixie, right? Sure. Does feel bad to mulligan into Nightmare, you know? I think land's our best draw. I would love to go Bacan and then Hopeless Nightmare. Basic lands for days. So many basics. Don't draw land. Alright, that's pretty good though, honestly. Pretty inclined to just play Scavenger and then play Nightmare. If you want to counter either one of these, totally fine. If they want to lock down, it's not that bad. Sure. A lot of good resources for me. Love these maps. Find my lands, discard a card. And they are down to almost no resources. They have 3 lands, only one of which is white. And they have 1 card in hand, drawing to 2. We draw a Steel Cutter we can't quite use yet. Sure. So, start mapping. They have a kill spell response that would suck, but they don't. Awesome. And now we get to probably just map again and then Hex Mage. I think if they had a kill spell, they would have killed the response. So, Hopeless Nightmare is fine. Just play Hex Mage as they go. Next turn could be Steel Cutter plus Nightmare, even if they have a Wrath of some kind. A Cursed Fairy. Don't care about no curse. Steel Cutter, Nightmare. We're going to play on lockdown. We're just going to play a Forge. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Do love me an Urbrest Forge. That is a card. Stock Up's good, but not when you're 4. You know, facing down Cutter, Nightmare, Board, Forge, everything else too. So we built a pretty good house of cards here. A little hard to blow down. This deck's sweet, yeah. I love how aggressive this deck is, honestly. Awesome.
After it was all over,
Sweet win.
he took us in the house to serve us pancakes.
Madness seems kind of hard too, you know, but awesome. On the play. Hand is great. Got both sides covered here. If they're playing creatures, they got this. Otherwise, we got that. So, Optimistic Scavenger and Sigga. And Grim. Alright, sure. So this is the hate deck. So the black-white Pixie deck is specifically built to beat, is it Cutter, but other decks like it as well. We're going to fall under that umbrella. It crushes those decks, and it can't beat literally anything else. Alright, so we're going to FOMO here, just discarding a Nowhere to Run. And draw land. Sure. You have Kira and Nightmare, not bad. Yeah. Just a bunch of removal and lockdown is going to be really good against us. Overlord's a good draw. We're... They have 5 cards in hand. Kind of like just Nightmare Kieran. I guess getting Overlord down as soon as possible is kind of big. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal, right? We could always get back the Scavenger and just cast it. Freaking allergies! It's not funny. Leave me alone.
Fool of a took.
All right. We get a Pixie. Pixie FOMO Loran. I mean, obviously Loran is pretty cool against lockdown, but we can like Pixie the Overlord for some value. I don't think any Scavenger's good. I think we just want value on every possible street. It's Pixie. Just play Nightmare. So go. Take 2. This card is Sheoldred, yeah. So this is like the pure anti-aggro, anti-cutter deck. Preachers, Sheoldreds, Lockdowns, bunch of removal. Has almost no chance to beat Domain, Omniscience, the other big decks. They play an Overlord, return Sheoldred. It's not ideal. But it is insane against decks like ours. We have no current answer to Sheoldred. I guess we just Pixie Nightmare X-Mage. One of the more polarizing decks in the format. They discarded nowhere to run. God, their hand must be good. Holy moly. Alright, say go. They have land 4 here, probably in trouble. Hopefully it's a fast land. Nope. Okay. 1 breaker, please. Nope. So, we're going to attack. See if they walk into nowhere to run. Probably not. And now we get to Hexmage. We're just going to go for the Kieran bouncing the... I'm sorry, I have to do that. Let's do this. Do this. Yes, it's fine. We'll just say go. We'll plan to end step Kieran bouncing Hopeless Nightmare. But we don't have many ways in our deck to remove this Sheoldred in our main deck. Here's a Kieran of their own. I mean, you can bounce it over they target, so. Kieran double nowhere. What am I going to take 6 mana we don't have? They're going to try and kill the Hexmage. Alright, so if I were to bounce the Hexmage. I don't know if it's like worth it, honestly. Just bounce the freaking Hopeless Nightmare. Sure, that's fine. We'll save it. Cast Kieran. Shoulder is almost rotated, yes. Has not really been relevant for the last, like, 6 months. Maybe longer, honestly, but... Alright, to take 4. It's hard to take too much damage to the shoulder in play, but... I think our options are limited. I think our options are limited here, so... Alright, untap and draw. Go to 10. We draw a Loran. Loran, not super relevant here, really. We can get in for a lot of damage. We could, like, they have a Sanctuary, too. You need to watch out for that. We could save Nowhere to run. Like, is trading off a Kieran or a Pixie fine here? I guess it is, right? Just play Hexmage. Just put the curse on the Pixie. Attack with everything. It's pretty hard to race Shielded, obviously, but... I think any block here is fine. I mean, in theory, they don't know we have nowhere to run. So, like, they could attack into my Hexmage. It would still be a bad trade, but it's, you know, probably necessary. They go to 10. We're 10 also. Maybe? Yeah, Igar nowhere to run is somewhat face up, so the chance they go. Opponent's playing smart. We drop. We go to 8 life points, and I mean now you just stack. Honestly, we're gonna have an Overlord back on defense too. We just jam, I think. Let's get the last card first. Get the last card, see what it is, and then we'll just attack with everything, and then nowhere to run. They have the breaker too, so all right. This is 8, so they have to block. Here's Soulstone Sanctuary. Don't mind that blocking. Sure. This is fine. So, make the trade. They're not going to sack their breaker. We say go. We have Overlord of the Belmerk to block Shieldred. They're going to have their own Overlord too, but they're like almost dead. Actually, I'm sorry, they get more life too, so. Interesting if a Shieldred attacks, what do we do? Because it could mean they drew Hopeless Nightmare, we're dead, but like, it's pretty interesting. Kind of like half the block. There just can't be any but Nightmare, I don't think. Pretty interesting game. We're putting up a pretty good fight. They draw a Pixie. That's not cool. So they're going to have a 5/5 Overlord on defense, too. That's kind of rough. I guess the Loran can kill the Overlord, so this actually is, like, kind of okay. Bounce Bobble, they kill a thing. Sure. Yeah, if they want to trade Overlord for a Shieldred here, I think it's awesome for us. So we just know where to run the Pixie, Loran the Overlord, then we're just winning on board, so. Cool. Alright, so end step. They also have 2 life from their breaker too, so I think we're going to win this game, folks. I think we're looking pretty good here. Overlord's been awesome. This card's so good. Do you prefer games where you scrap out a win or overwhelming victory? Am I playing on stream or am I playing in a tournament? On a tournament, I'll take overwhelming victory, but obviously scrappy games are super fun and exciting, you know? I think everyone wants to win a close game. No one wants to blow out. Alright, well, here's Loran. And now they must trade Overlord for Shieldred, or they die. Oh, I'm sorry, they have the breaker. So, if I were to attack both of these here, they could gain 2, eat the Hex Mage, and go to 2. But I'm returning Pixie, and there's a... Yeah, I think it's actually just a good attack of both. So, attack both. Maybe this is wrong, actually. Because now if I draw a kill spell, I'm dead. And... Yeah, they're going to block. This is a bad attack, I think.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
This gives them way too many outs. Yeah, this is very, very bad. If we were at like 8, I think this is fine. But this is a bad attack. So they go to 2, go to 4. Now we're down to removal spell. I wish I held that land too. Actually, play around Hopeless Nightmare. They draw a kill spell, we're dead. And the next all kill spells. Yeah. All right. Well, that's on me.
It's over. We lost again. Let it go and accept the truth that we is dumb. Dumb as hell.
Really, really bad play. Just horrendous. We had this game not locked up, but like almost locked up, and we just threw it away. That's on me. Yeah, so we just like don't attack there. They can't kill us. We attack, Overlord attack again, and pretty much just win the game. Yeah. All right. That's on me. That's a big punch. Magic's hard. So, definitely should have won that game. Now I gotta win this really difficult matchup. 3-0, which is going to be very, very hard, but we'll see what we can do. So, Gobakon forges... I guess Get Lost. I mean, it's our little only answer to Shieldred. That's a big tilts. Nowhere to run. I mean, it has targets against them. Kieran, Invasion, Get Lost. Maybe the FOMOs can go. I don't know. It's 2-drop, it dies to nowhere to run. Yeah. We're bringing in spells, too. I could shave, like, a nowhere to run or 2. It's tough. All right, so got to win 2 in a row in a bad matchup and in a game we punted. It's totally fine. So obviously, your drew the removal spell, you know, could have just not done that, but they also didn't upkeep their thing. Whatever, it's fine. So we got a 1-lander on the play, and can't really keep this one, so we're gonna mulligan. All right, sure. I mean, it's obviously better. We do have the Hex Mage and a Kieran draw. It's kind of cool. Stump a Kieran. All right, sure. Forge is kind of big game here, so. Please don't bobble me. You son of a bitch. That's stress. Is that worse? Maybe, honestly. Alright, so we're just going to Kieran our cursed roll and draw a card. Kieran has this weird bounce token, draw a card. Text on it. Do you build your sideboard to fix bad matchups or to have answers for your opponent's answers? Depends on, it's all about what your deck is doing, you know, like it's all extremely contextual. They miss a land drop. Okay. Sure. So we can cut her, we have to bounce something. I guess we just attack. Like, Spy's more than 4, sure. This is kind of weird. Maybe that's Kieran, I guess. Like, it's the most nimble of the cards, I suppose. They are a temporary lockdown deck, despite all the swamps. Momentum Breaker, sure. That's fine. Sack a little monkey. Monk boy. We draw a tap land. Alright, so I guess we just bounce Hex me. I mean, it's the same thing. We're attacking for 5, not 4, not 5, so sure. There you go, leave up Kieran. Well, I guess we could Kieran the Pixie. Just keep looping those. So weird that, like, it's still better to just act before and do this after combat, but. Sure. Some interesting loops here, right? Like. Alright, yeah, you're up. Not loving our sequencing, why? They break her again. This is just the exact same turn over and over and over again, sure. But now we have, now we have 2 spells pre-combat. It's good, so cool. Alright, yeah, I mean, breaker 1/9. It's all face up at this point, so. Obviously, they should not have kept the 1-lander, you know? Alright. We kind of gave away game 1. Game 2 was a bit of a gift from our opponent. Now you're going to game 3. And I don't think anything changes. Yeah, it's fine. Sure. Hand's great. Really good hand. 1 drop. I guess we're lacking a good play on 2, but Opus Nightmare. I think it's a land. It might not ensure Forge on turn 3, but I think it's a land. What happens if both players deserve to lose? Nobody ever deserves anything in life, so. Except for, like, you know, I guess, you know, living and food and air and stuff, whatever. Not when it comes to gaming, that's for sure. The rest of the Forge again. And have Nurturing Pixie. Oh my god, this is gross. Alright. Yeah, this kind of sucks, but sure. This is where the scavengers are not as good when you get into really grindy games. They don't actually make any value. So... yeah. I guess it's Loran. Draw land. That's gross. Alright, sure. Well, we're kind of out here. If they play a shoulder or something like that, we're pretty cooked. Wow. Good thing I said that. Right on time. Alright. Sure. Alright, let's draw for turn. It's a land. Tilt. Pretty face up, obviously. You have a Sanctuary, too. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, definitely a really tough matchup. We should have won the match because I punted game 1, but... I guess they probably mulligan that hand if they're on the play, the one-lander. Whoa.
Pointless nostalgia.
Okay. Phyrexian Arena seems absolutely busted in this matchup. Damn. We're 1 mana short of nowhere to run Pixie, nowhere to run. That sucks. We're at 10 also. Sorry, we're at 8. So we're like already in chump blocking territory. This sucks. Yeah. Probably can't beat Arena behind on board. Them at 17 life. Make that 19 life. That's tough. Yeah, I mean, unfortunate that I threw that game 1 away because we were going to actually get a win in a really, really tough matchup. But, say Levy.
Yep.
All right, opponent mulligans are also mulliganing. Old Battlefield Forge here. Oh my god. Ah! I can't really keep this hand either, honestly. So we're gonna mulligan again. We're going to 5. They're on 6, thinking about 5 right now too. So could be an ugly one. Sure. Fear missing out is kind of cool in games where you are very small-handed, obviously, so... Alright, I mean, I've seen better, but... Of course, when you have no cards in your hand, you still discard a card and then draw a card. So FOMO is just draw a card when you're empty-handed. One of the many perks of the card being awesome. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so, I mean, we have good mana now. We've got a removal spell, Kieran. They play a Willow Rush Verge. I cannot think of a deck that plays this land, so they play a Mistrise Village. We draw another land, which is fine. I guess we're gonna get this FOMO now. Empty-handed Dreams are dead, so just discard this Pain land. And draw Cutter, so 1 mana card, please. They just play a land and say go. Sure. So definitely Pixie Cutter's kind of weird. Or we keep like attacking and then cuttering because like it's 2 damage or 2 damage anyway. If they were to counter the cutter, it'd be awkward. It's possible it's Sultai Dragon's deck. Hello? Hit the follow button. Like, comment, subscribe. Support the content. While waiting for our opponent, it's a great time to do that. Take 2. They gonna counter us? No. Alright. Just like bounce FOMO, I guess. Maybe we can navigate to an empty-handed FOMO situation.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Alright, you're up. Acquaintance, new sub, welcome. Welcome to the Pile Drivers. Hi there, hello. Okay, so blue, green, something. Sagu Wildling. Yeah, so it's probably just the dragon deck. Yeah, okay, just Sultai dragons. It's like a beanstalk control deck. Disenchant deck? I mean, there's no deck around disenchant effects. You know, you could like, you should play a few, but pretty awkward. I guess we're just gonna attack and then do the Kieran loop. Still somewhat interesting getting empty-handed, so. You're up. Slow and steady, I suppose. Just keep looping Kieran and Pixie. Infinite monks. By infinite, I mean 1 turn.
I'm sorry, Tyler Murphy. It was an accident. I was having too much fun.
Still don't do anything. I mean, let's FOMO. We can like Kieran bounce a monk. That's better. Let's do that. I feel like my opponent needs to do actual, like, just something or anything or something. Alright, we got a spell from our opponent. Fantastic.
I'm in control here.
I think they chose the wrong target. It's any difference. Same damage, but... Alright, take 2. And take a bunch more. Alright, your turn. Shaka's bargain. It was an exciting game, right? Opponent just literally didn't do anything. Sure. So they're a control deck. We're doing all these forges, the Dream Steel and Oil. These are really cool against them because a lot of their spells are also creatures, so that's kind of fun. And Gobakons. You take out the Nowhere to Runs. And they got to cut 2 more cards. I think say Loran is very good against them. And yeah, let it ride. Alright. Hopefully our opponent puts up a little more of a fight. Because that wasn't really too much. A lot of one-landers. We are on the draw. We do have a Dream Steel and Oil and a Hex Mage. But part of the problem with these 3-color decks is that, like, it's not about just drawing a land, but drawing the right land. We just draw another Caves of Quelos or whatever. It still can't cast half our cards, so we're showing mulligan. Much better. Keep this. Ship of Dreams, Steel and Oil. A little awkward with 2 breakers, but... Roost Seek.
It's a good omen, don't you think?
Cutter. Fantastic draw. Alright, so let's Dream Steel and Oil them. Let's see what dreams are made of. They got... Oh, Wait, never mind. It exiles it. All right. It's not a discard. It's an exile. It's okay. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. All right.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
They do have Beanstalk, unfortunately, but we draw a land. Sure. So I guess we're just cuttering here. I hope they don't kill it. And then we have just Breaker, discard a card, Pixie it back. Them having Beans is pretty bad for us, though. Here, sure. All right. Well, here's on somewhat monopane lands. All right. So Breaker. Take the one. Discard a card. This card's pretty silly. It's not like too good or anything like that, but it's just like could not be more perfect for this deck, you know? Cutter time.
And that does coincide with this flurry of activity.
Alright, they're going to go for throw the Pixie. Take 2 off the Monk. Land or 1 mana spell next turn, which is a large majority of the deck. Let's take it. That was a great draw. Good draw. Take 2, discard a card, please. Rashaka's bargain. Yeah, that's pretty good. Beanstalk, obviously a natural predator to Hopeless Nightmare. What's up, Seth? Why can't a T-Rex clap their tiny hands? They've been a balloon vine on a thingy. They find the Bailoff, too. Alright, sure. Oh, I'm an idiot. I should just cast a freaking thingy. I'm a moron. I'm stupid. Sorry. Hi, folks. Welcome to the stream. Because they are extinct. That's sad for the dinosaurs. Alright. Yeah, this is a huge pawn. I should have cast a Breaker. I just kind of, like, spaced out. That's okay. Let's figure it out. We are going to just bounce this Hopeless Nightmare and worry about it next turn. They go land, dragon, disenchant. I'll be super sad.
Suppose you think that is a bit clever.
Okay, wow. Just coming in. No fear.
Marvelous creatures, dragons, aren't they?
Alright, well, that's not that bad, I guess. Alright. Here's a Scavenger. Here's a Breaker. Put a count on the flyer. They sacrifice a creature. It's the flyer. In for 3. We have maximum velocity achieved.
Now this is pod racing.
But they still have infinite cards and infinite mana, so I think this Dragon deck is... It's fundamentally, like, a fine deck, but not very good in the current metagame. Like, you know, like... It just doesn't line up very well against, like, all the good decks in the format. They're going to bounce their own bailout. That's hilarious. Alright, I mean... Sure. Goodbye, Dragon.
Get off my
In for a lot. Plastic Kitty says, love you on coverage again. Thanks, friend. Appreciate it. They're at 10. Obviously, if they cast this Bailoff, like, they're going to play a Sagu Wildling. Tilt. Alright. This feels pretty bad.
Dragon, not lizard. I don't do that tongue thing.
And they have an exhale. Alright. I think they might have us here. Bailoff, obviously very, very annoying. Alright, untap. Draw another land. Just gonna say go. They still have 4 cards in their hand, or 3 of it are unknown. Freaking obstinate Bailoff. Now they got a Kishla Village. So now if we're playing Drago, they can end-step Surveil. Jeez, come on. What's going on here? Probably going to game 3. End-step Surveil 2. They've been a go for the throat, keep a card on top. Yeah, they were gonna might be just popping into game 3 here real shortly. That's good enough for me. Alright, that's fine. Game 3. Wonder how many bailouts they actually have, you know, how committed they are to the bit. I guess they have Beanstalk, which is kind of on me. I just kind of forgot about Beanstalk. The Loran should stay in. And then what comes out? It's tough. I don't think there's much merit to just removing the Hopeless Nightmares. It's just too crazy. We gotta cut something. So we have a Gobakon and Dreams of Steel and Oil to clear the way. Maybe FOMO. It's like fine, but not great here. Hands great. Keep. Painlands are annoying. Don't care. Shouldn't matter this matchup. Cutting Opus Nightmare, like if you know they have 4 Bailouts in their deck, you can cut the Nightmares. But until you're at that point, like it's such a fundamentally important part of what the deck does. We have 4 cards that can deal with Bailout preemptively. So this hand is phenomenal. Oh wait, they have no green. Beanstalk. They have Wildling, Bloomvine, Harvester of Misery. I mean, I'm just going to take the card they can cast, so... They need to find a green source in their first few draws.
Somebody's playing a prank on me.
Sure, why not? Never punished in a million years. Just... Okay. I mean, we're jamming Forge on 3. There's not really a card I want to discard to FOMO. I'm just going to Overlord. Arena's so rigged. You actually hit... Oh, wow. Battles. Battles add to the Delirium count, that's for sure. All right, here's Beanstalk. I was looking for a Loran there on the Overlord, but... no such luck. All right, let's get the Forge going. So... Scavenger, Hexmage, Pixie. Only have 1 white. They have a Wrath on tap. They just have claim territory into Deadly Cover-Up.
It's a sign. It's an omen.
It's a coincidence, Dad.
Oh, nope. Playing Scryland, sure. We draw Opus Nightmare. Listen, if they got it, they got it. What are we going to do, right? We should attack first in case they have a Bailoff. So let's attack first. We're going to... We can't Scavenger, Nightmare, and Pixie. We'll just Scavenger, Hexmage, Nightmare. Jimmy Fear in chat! got him.
Bingo!
All right, and then we're going to Hexmage. We're going to Curse. I guess you'd rather have a Curse in play than not, so put on the Scavenger. And then pump the... I think the Hexmage. And say go. Alright. We're building a board here, folks. We are building towards the old FOMO, the Urrest Forge combo. Double combat steps, double tokens. We got Pixie for Nightmare. This game's going okay. They do have a Wrath next turn, of course, but...
It's a sign. It's an omen.
It's a coincidence, Dad.
So, we would like to not get Wrathed. Probably just do nothing, honestly. Just like... instant attack for a lot. I guess there's some value in, like... Nah, it's fine. Because the next turn, Overlord will be in play, so we really want them to Wrath this turn, but, like, they're so close to dead, I think it's fine. If they cast Cover Up, we just attack for... yeah, where there's dead. So we have 4 here and 2 here, so... looking pretty good. Here's our River Regent. That's pretty good. We bounced and replayed Nightmare. It was a lot more damage. It was bad into the Rat. That was face up. This was not face up, obviously. This is like the worst case scenario, but we couldn't know that was happening. They're going to bounce Hexmage and Forge. Okay. Alright. So untap. Draw another Nightmare. Jeez. So... they're very close to dead, but not dead yet. Forge makes token beginning combat, so we can't put a counter on it. That would be the win, but that doesn't work. I think just Forge Nightmare. Save Pixie for later. Make them... so they have to Rat the Overlord next turn, too, so... they have Bail, they'll be very sad, but... let's add a counter. Discard a card. Not Bail off, please. Cool. They go to 4. Our Overlord comes in. They have to deal with the Overlord, or they just lose. So, like, this thing gets to attack, it's like crazy. And we have Pixie, Nightmare, Forge. Pretty good hand regardless. Second River Regent would be annoying but fine. Because you can't really bounce the Overlord profitably, so... there's the Chump attack. It dies anyway, why not? Alright, Scavenger X equals 5. So, effectively a Wrath. But this one does not kill them, I guess. Oh, just kidding.
Oh, it's Lazy Helix! Oh my god!
Gotcha! Urrest Forge wins the day. Oh, the Scavenger attack? I don't think 1 point of damage is worth losing a Scavenger, so... boom! That's the win.
Game. Blouses.
Taste it. Can't get diamond, but taste it. Alright, so we went 2-1, and I also punted a loss. We should have won that match 100%. I punted game 1, maybe we won game 2. Deck's kind of gas, honestly. It's just really interesting, you know, the fact that it's so aggressive is so counter to how most Pixie decks run these days. And the aggro draws are backed up really, really well by Corey Steelcutter. Because it's just a very aggressive card, but it's also a great, like, engine-y kind of card, too. Even if it's the cantrips, the bounce spells works really well there. Fear is great. Overlord is excellent. Great card to play against lockdown decks, too. I think that the fear here, of course, is the splash damage this deck gets from the Izzet decks, other lockdown decks. But... kind of gas, honestly. Probably might brew of a tournament. Came in 39th place. One lucky break here or there makes the Pro Tour. Might have made top 8. So really cool stuff. More to play on stream. YouTube folks, love you. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.